This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 18th day of January in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Facing criticism from the opposition leader that the government's budget ignores inflation and the rising cost of living while increasing spending that could end up in the hands of families, friends, and favorites, President Irfaan Ali has dismissed the statements and concerns of the opposition. During a press conference on Tuesday, the president said while he does not expect much from the opposition, the friends and families who will benefit from the budget are all the people of Guyana.
I'm just shocked and surprised. But what more can we expect? Where there is emptiness, there is a lot of noise. Where there is emptiness, there is a lot of noise. So let's examine this budget that is for friends and family. I was going through in a live last night some of the benefits of this budget and what it brings to people. All right? So let's take, for example, the housing program. 25,000 Guyanese family would own their own lot, their own house lot, and their own homes eventually. So that is 25,000 friends and family of the government. I take it, thank you. I take them as my friends and family because every Guyanese is my friend and family.
President Ali said that the APNU-AFC, while in government for 5 years, failed to provide anything to the people of Guyana. He listed a number of other measures in the budget that he believes will benefit all citizens across various sectors.
The Because We Care grant that will benefit 214,000 school children, 214,000 families. They are my friends and family. I love you guys. You are my friends and family. Tell the opposition leader, thank you for understanding that you are my friends and family. That is why we are working for you. That is why we're helping you. So the 214,000 children that are benefiting, you are our friends and families. The thousands of consumers who will benefit as a result of the reduction in the freight costs, you are our friends and family. Yes. Yes, Mr. Norton, they are our friends and family. Every Guyanese is part of our family and friends.
In an initial response to the budget on Monday, opposition leader Aubrey Norton said the budget is empty on initiatives to address the inflation rate in the country and the high cost of living that is affecting everyone.
The most critical thing at this stage is inflation and what inflation is doing to our country. And there are absolutely no measures in this budget to deal with inflation. While I agree that there is need for assistance, one also recognizes that if you are putting money into the system without measures to deal with inflation, the cost of living will go up further. And so in some regard, this budget is a recipe for increasing the cost of living of the people.
The opposition leader said the government also seems to be measuring the economic growth of the country as development, and the government should not be confused with the two. He said the budget puts a lot of money into the system with no measures to deal with inflation, and that is an issue that cannot be ignored. The national budget debates begin on Monday in the National Assembly. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say, but now that it's here, it will change life forever, and it is here to stay. The future is now, transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Giftland FoodMaxx, we're all about customer satisfaction. Whether it's clothing and shoes for the ladies, gents, and kids, or for the latest electronics or hardware appliance, we're always thinking of satisfying you, our dear customers. Now you can shop online at www.giftlandofficemax.com or visit us at the Giftland Mall, where we're happy to serve each and every one of you.
At the most critical life-changing moments, the National Insurance Scheme is here to ensure that your needs are covered. Access reimbursement for medical expenses for various aspects of your medical care. We know that eye care is of utmost importance. Receive assistance with our Spectacle Care voucher. Visiting the dentist? Dental care is also covered under our sickness benefit services. Offset the funeral expenses of a loved one with costs covered by our funeral benefits. National Insurance Scheme. We're there every step of the way.
Get in the game with Buster. Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
On the police blotter right now, police investigators have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the murder of Blackbush Polo quarantine couple Subnath Buduraj and Sarswati Buduraj. In a statement on the murder investigations, the police force said that hours after the bodies of the 67-year-old man and his 60-year-old wife were found in their Yukosari home on Tuesday, investigators nabbed the suspect who was found with a number of the dead couple's belongings. The suspect has been identified as Emmanuel Whittington. He was found with a quantity of cash and jewelry, and reportedly informed investigating ranks that along with another man, he went to the home of the couple and robbed them of their belongings. He reportedly admitted to murdering the husband and wife and fingered a 22-year-old man, Harry Chen Persad, as his accomplice. Persad has denied any involvement, but both men were taken into custody where statements were provided. The partly burned bodies of the couple were found in 2 different parts of their home, which also housed a small shop. Investigators believe that after murdering the couple, the suspects set the house on fire during their escape in an effort to destroy evidence of the crime. However, neighbors who noticed smoke billowing from the house quickly started a bucket brigade and managed to put out that fire. It was after the fire was extinguished that the bodies of the couple were found. One of the bodies was in the shop while the other was in an area of the house close to the kitchen. Both bodies bore multiple injuries, including stab wounds and slashes to the neck. Investigators said the entire house was ransacked. Charges are expected to be filed in the double murder case by the end of the week. Let's tell you now that the government has injected another $300 million into its efforts to support the Small Business Development Fund for the further development of small businesses and for new small businesses coming on stream. The minister responsible for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, made the announcement on Monday. He said some $584 million will be allocated to the Small Business Bureau this year, with $300 million of that allocation going towards the Small Business Development Fund. Dr. Singh said the government, through the Small Business Bureau, has continued to support small business development through several initiatives, which include the issuing of grants and collateral guarantee programs, special grant programs to businesses affected by COVID-19, and the training of clients across all 10 administrative regions. The finance minister said the government recognizes the constraints faced by many small businesses in relation to finding adequate and suitable space for them to set up shop. As a result, the government has already embarked on the construction of industrial estates and business incubator centers at key locations countrywide. Dr. Singh said a number of other initiatives will be rolled out this year to support the growth of small businesses. Preparations for the highly anticipated local government elections appear to be at a standstill, as the Guyana Elections Commission is still locked in discussions on the demarcation of several constituency boundaries. The move is necessary to correct the unlawful formation of constituencies by the Minister of Local Government, Nigel Daramlal. Elections Commissioner Vincent Alexander told News Source today that GCOM is still to determine the boundaries for the new and affected constituencies. Last December, the Elections Commission had asked the Chief Election Officer, Vishnu Prasad, to demarcate a number of constituency boundaries, having ruled that a local government minister had no jurisdiction to create constituencies. But Mr. Alexander said the conduct of the exercise has been brought into question. He said questions have been raised about the manner in which the exercise has been pursued. A document search is to be done to determine whether criteria were previously developed for such an exercise, he noted. And contacted today by News Source, GCOM's Public Relations Officer Yolanda Ward confirmed that the matter is still under active discussion. According to Ms. Ward, once the Commission arrives at a decision on the demarcation exercise, the public will be informed. Local government elections were scheduled for the 13th of March. However, confronted with a number of issues, including a legal challenge by the opposition, the Elections Commission was forced to postpone nomination day. The APNU AFC had challenged the validity of the voters' list heading into the local elections. The Commission's PRO said once the issues regarding the constituency boundaries are rectified, the Secretariat will again draft up another plan for the conduct of the local elections. She was keen on noting that while the Election Secretariat is conducting continuous registration in accordance with the National Registration Amendment Act, the new work plan for the local government elections will include a period for a fresh round of claims and objections. Denying that the government has purchased an aircraft already from India for the Guyana Defence Force, President Irfan Ali has clarified that the government is still in talks with Hindustan Aviation Limited in India concerning a possible replacement for one of the Skyvans for the GDF. At his press conference, the president explained that during his recent visit to India, he met with the aviation company to discuss support for the re-engineering and retooling of the Guyana Defence Forces Air Corps, including the replacement of an aircraft that will soon be out of commission.
You know the Skyvan, one is already out and one we have limited hours on. So the replacement aircraft that we are looking at, one of it is this Donair. And they are now working at a technical level. I know some meetings are going on now with the Civil Aviation Authority of Guyana, with the Civil Aviation Authority of India. Then there's a technical team that will go to make an assessment, and they will get recommendations out of that. But what they have proposed is to supply not only of the craft, but the training, the technology, the maintenance stream, and everything.
And noting that India is significantly advanced in the area of defense technology, President Ali said that his administration has also asked the Indian government for assistance with human resource development and capacity building in the area of technology.
So we had discussions around not only the training of our men and women in uniform, but also to see how we can collaborate in terms of defense technology, in terms of the modernization of the Guyana Defence Force and the police force, supporting us in terms of our equipment transformation so that we can have a defense capability and a policing capability that functions on good technological platform, but also is supported with good human resource training and access to equipment.
This year, the government intends to inject $58.6 billion into the security sector to enhance the safety and security of citizens as it employs the use of a range of technologies. Describing it as a people-centered budget designed to stimulate economic activity and enhance the country's infrastructure, at least 2 trade unions and the main private sector bodies are singing the praises for that $781.9 billion budget. In a statement, the Guyana Agricultural and General Workers Union GAWU, which represents the majority of sugar workers, said the project's policies and measures included in Budget 2023 augur well for Guyanese who stand to benefit from the ongoing economic development. The union said it has taken note of several measures advanced by the budget to improve disposable income, bringing the aspirations of the nation's people within reach. The union also said the adjustments made to the income tax threshold should not be viewed in isolation, as it alluded to the extension of the freight charges computation for imported commodities and the extension of the excise tax waivers on fuel. With the Guyana Sugar Corporation Suco in line to draw down another $4 billion from the Consolidated Fund, GAWU said a multi-billion-dollar allocation to Suco is in keeping with the government's commitment to return the cash-trapped industry to a state of viability. In a separate statement, the Federation of Independent Trade Unions of Guyana, FITAG, said the budget sets the stage for a strong and secured future for all Guyanese. The union pointed out that the adjustment to the income tax threshold will result in an additional 12,000 persons not being required to pay income taxes, while putting over $3 billion in the pockets of the working class. FITAG anticipates that as the economy expands, additional improvements would be forthcoming. The PSC said it is truly a people-centered and private sector incentive-driven budget, fit for the purpose of growing and developing the economy. The Commission also said it is pleased that the budget featured no new taxes. The government is said is introducing several measures to create jobs, such as encouraging businesses to invest in Guyana, increasing the availability of credit for small businesses, and creating new job opportunities in the energy and renewable energy sectors. The Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association has also extended its support of the budget. Well, the Anson McCall company has added music to the ears of members of the Parkside Steel Orchestra, with the company announcing a 3-year partnership with a popular steel band. With the return of the Panorama competition for Mashramani this year, managing director of Anson McCall Guyana, Troy Cadogan, said the company believes it is the opportune time to showcase its continued support for the arts and culture in Guyana. Before handing over an initial sponsorship check of $1 million, Mr. Cadogan said that as a steel band enthusiast, he has seen the growth and development of the Parkside Steel Orchestra over the years and wants to be part of that growth and development.
And I always drift to the Parkside band because of their youthful enthusiasm and so on, but they're always, to me, outdone by the police and the big bands and so on, because they look like they're always not being well taken care of. So in terms of looking for to find the partnership and to advance the Parkside cause, it was only natural that we gravitated toward Parkside.
He also explained that the band will be given maximum exposure by his company, as the various brands that fall under the Anson McCall umbrella will use the band for promotional events. The chairperson of the Parkside Steel Orchestra, Kalisha Edwards, said the band is pleased with the support and partnership that have been extended from the Anson McCall company. It was noted that the band had its genesis in the efforts of a group of musicians to not only preserve the art form of the steel pan, but to get youths involved and keep them interested in steel pan playing. The band is 25 years old.
Though the players over the 25 years have changed, the band's core values remain the same: leadership, musical literacy, excellence in music and performance, integrity, public and personal responsibility, personal development, respect for members of the community, and a shared vision to become the best steel band in Guyana.
Insert. The chairperson also noted that the band's vision has been realized as the Parkside Steel Orchestra has won the National Panorama competition 10 times. The band will now be known as the Anson McCall Parkside Steel Orchestra.
FoodMaxx Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at FoodMaxx and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. FoodMaxx, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Get in the game with Buster. Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, some good news for the Bahamas and tourism. One of the cruise port's chief executives has hailed the port's 26,000 plus cruise passenger milestone as a fantastic fit, while acknowledging the city's lack of entertainment to support them as disappointing. Mike Mora Jr. told Eyewitness News that there are definitely opportunities ahead to capitalize on the Bahamas' resurgent cruise segment, with a more than $400 million per annum in economic injection possible via an increase in cruise passenger spending. On Sunday, the island welcomed another 6 ships and a total of 26,396 passengers on those cruise liners. Caribbean countries averaged economic growth last year of 10.3% compared to 4.5% in 2021. That's according to the Barbados-based Caribbean Development Bank. The CDB's Vice President for Operations, Isaac Solomon, said regional growth was largely underpinned by increased energy production in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago and higher international oil prices, fueling much of the 20.6% economic growth in commodity exporting borrowing member countries of the bank. He said the tourism-dependent countries' increases in extra-regional airlift resulted in a strong, though incomplete, recovery amid rising inflation that dampened domestic demand and moderated growth in key economic sectors. The outturn helped buoy economic growth of 4.6%, with increased government revenues and improved fiscal positions. Looking ahead, the CDB is projecting that in 2023, despite facing multiple challenges, the economic performance will continue to improve over the medium term for the Caribbean region. And finally tonight, international news. The BBC reports that security checks will be stepped up for air travelers flying from Los Angeles in the US to London in the UK after a series of recent marijuana smuggling arrests. At least 11 passengers have been charged with attempting to import the drug to the UK in the past 8 days. More than 400 kilograms of marijuana has been seized since the 10th of January. It is illegal to grow marijuana in California, but not in the UK. The California-grown variety often commands a higher price than domestic strains. A Vice News report in 2016 revealed that British drug users often pay well above market rates for what is viewed as a premium imported product. 2 more Americans were detained on Tuesday, and they are also being questioned on suspicion of drug smuggling. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.